Alright, miniQ6 front wheel drive reverse chassis with the servo sticking out the front. Let me show you. I have fitted it on my Euro truck body. Hold on, it's screaming a little bit too much. Stop screaming. This car is terrible. Alright, whatever. So the chassis is reversed. Basically that's the front, that is the rear. Mounted the bumper, my prototype bumper. I mounted the servo on top of it, so the servo is sticking out in the grill a little bit, but doesn't really look too bad because you can see it. It just looks like the front grille. I have redesigned back mounts to hold the toe in place at the back, and so at the same time I've put a little diffuser in it. I'm not using the wing right now, and I'm using the cab over engine body, and I have to say it is really good. Very good driving car so far. It's super quick, it's super lively, it's very responsive. I can't use the brake really because it sounds like it's going to destroy the transmission if I do so, but there is quite a lot of resistance from the driveline, so there is a little bit of drag brake just releasing the throttle, and it looks cool. And this with some lights would be a really cool car. I gotta reuse my old interior that I have from the truck. First version I had done of the Euro truck, which is one of the very first body that I did for Miniz's. And I used to have a little scale interior, or maybe I'll do a printed one, I'll see. Nevertheless, this is a very good performing car. I mean, the good thing, I would say the only redeeming thing with the miniQ6 is the weight, because it's pretty much all aluminum, and the suspension is actually really good in this car, even though it's a fairly primitive system, which actually is something I appreciate in car. I'm myself a caveman, so. But you can see it is probably the most composed chassis that I've ever driven on this car, even compared to the what is it that my friend is driving, the MR2 and the MR3 from Kyosho are pretty much as bumpy as my pan car is. This is really sucking at the bump extremely well, and well, I have to put a transponder in it tomorrow. I'll have the feeling this is going to break the track records fairly easily. So I now have a front wheel drive with a front mid-engine. You hear that sound when this is the sound of the gear when I'm braking, and I put the end point as low as I can, but I just can't really brake with the car. Luckily it's not really needed here. Like I said, the drivetrain in the miniQ6 is extremely tight. There is a lot of resistance, which is why I think it's really not a good drifting car as well. It's really not, nothing is really loose on the car except for the movement in the toe when you build a stock car. As you can see, this is a beast now, and I don't think I'm gonna put a wing on the car. The diffuser looks really sweet at the rear. The rear really doesn't need any more downforce than it gets right now, and I think the chassis balance is pretty good. I have very soft springs in the front and regular medium springs at the rear, and yeah, I can have a lot of understeer if I throttle and corner, which is a good thing, and then it just catches itself up like the front wheel drive do when you decelerate. So this is a keeper. I am now going to introduce this to my fleet of mini vehicle, and I think this one is going to deserve a couple of lights in it as well, so the night racings will be reverse is difficult. Night racing will be more fun. Alright, so let's keep driving this for a little while and shut the hell up. Oh, alright, that's the end.